Matthew Churchill, hello Matthew, said, how do the commissions you're doing for Angry Robot differ from the challenges of writing within existing intellectual properties? Is it more fun to play with the toys that are all your own? Well, yes, obviously it is in many respects. For those, just to catch up here, Angry Robot is a division of HarperCollins, new science fiction, fantasy, horror imprint, and they have contracted me to write 3 books for them, which are fantasy and science fiction books that will be published one a year for the next 3 years. The first one comes out this autumn. In fact, it comes out in October, the same month as Blood Pact. It's called Triumph. It's a rollicking alternate history adventure fantasy set in an Elizabethan age, but the present day. So it's exciting. It's action-packed. It's full of, I think, very strong characters. It's also very funny. He says. Then next year I'll be writing a hard science fiction novel, combat SF novel called Embedded for them, and then the third one is yet to be decided. I've got lots of ideas what the third one's going to be. So yes, this is a new strand. It's very, very liberating for me because obviously I have written 36 novels now, and all of them essentially are based on somebody else's IP. Now, luckily with the bulk of those for Black Library, I've had such an opportunity to invest it with my own ideas that it doesn't feel at all constricting. But when you're writing Doctor Who, when you're writing Torchwood or Primeval or whatever, you've got to stick within certain parameters and guidelines. So with the Angry Robot books, obviously there is a great deal of freedom, and I'm able to do things that I can't do in anything really that I've done before. Not to the same extent. The freedoms, for instance, in Triumph, are the freedom to sort of deliver humour the way I want to deliver humour, to construct and obey my own rules for the world that they're inhabiting, and to reference things, to make references. And one of the biggest problems in 40K, I think, is because of the nature of the universe that they're in. You can't reference real world stuff or you know. Literature or anything like that. It's very, very difficult to get that kind of thing in. So it's a great liberating feeling to be able to bring those sort of influences to bear. But in terms of an actual discipline, Matthew, it's pretty much the same. It's a novel, it's constructed in the same sort of way, it requires the same sort of investment of imagination and effort and all that kind of stuff. So the writing experience is surprisingly similar, but very enjoyable and makes a lovely change. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the 9 pages of questions that everyone was kind enough to send me. So thank you very much. I hope I've answered everything. If I've missed you off, I do apologise. It was not my intention, and if I've not answered your question fully enough, again I apologise. This isn't the last time we're going to do this. There will be more opportunities for questions and more opportunities for me to sit and talk at you. And who knows, at some point I might sit down here with the first chapter of Triumph and actually read you a bedtime story. How does that sound? Alright. Thank you very much. See you soon.